Yeah man, welcome again to another video. We're at Native, like, share, subscribe. So the world really is the big anticipation. It come and it gone, right? But it still left a few lingering thoughts. The number one standout is the reality that Jamaica is either not prepared or not as good as they think they are, or not as good as we think they are, or the world just caught up. Yes, early season, but for a lot of country, it is still early season. Early season for a lot of countries. And Jamaica being, Jamaica have a tradition of being a sprint powerhouse, right? Therefore, if you know that you're going to participate in a world event, you should be prepared or somewhat prepared. This kind of preparation should have started after the Olympics. This may not be as important as a world championship, but it's a qualification for the world championship. But there's also legitimate silverware. There is a real gold medal for the world relay champion. So Jamaica, either they're not really prepared, either they're not as good as they should be, or we're just like everybody else at this point. And some of the other countries are probably even better than we are at the moment. Looking at the team, and some of the speculation going around is that some of the athletes who could have and should have participated in the 4x4 for women, they had priorities. They chose different, they made different decisions, right? And they chose a different avenue. I understand it's financially rewarding to choose something else. The Grand Slam track, we have seen a few of the Jamaican 400 meter athletes there. They had been participating. A few athletes from who could have participated in the 4x100. For men, they were also they're a part of the Grand Slam, and it's a commitment that they made. It's fine. I think it is okay. The world is not sending their absolute best to the meet, but Jamaica is no amateur where athletics is concerned. Jamaica is not just, it's not just that Jamaica is no amateur where athletes are concerned, but Jamaica is not new to big events. They're not new to world events. They know the preparation that is needed, and they also know that there are consequences to their action. The reward is positive or negative, right? Jamaica got positive rewards over the years when they were dominating, they were just winning, and the world fell in love, while some of the world were just in competition. But in reality, Jamaica become a household name. They gain notoriety. Lots and lots of people chose to represent for Jamaica from a different country, just the same way how Jamaicans love the Brazilian football team. That's how a lot of people love the Jamaican brand, the colors, everything. But Jamaica had been letting down the fans for a while now. Did you even pay attention to the commentators? Even if Jamaica is not a part of the race, the conversation is centered around Jamaica. Even if it's not the big name athletes, it is still centered around Jamaica, because Jamaica had created a legacy, a tradition of winning, a tradition of competing at a high level. One of the most disappointing event was the double event, where Jamaica got an opportunity to run and gain a qualifying time for the World Athletics Championship, the relays at the World Athletics Championship. Now think about World Athletic Championship without Jamaica in the relays at all. Now think of that. And that's a reality at the moment. Jamaica is not in the relays. You know, the final event, and the Jamaican team is out there alongside the US team and all the other champion teams. No, I wanted to say challenger, but nah, Canada is the defending champion. You know, and the way how South Africa is running, the kind of splits that these athletes are putting out there, this is no joke athletes. These are no joke athletes. And look at it. We are seeing the athletes making those transitions as well, because the starter in the 4x1 for South Africa is a junior, an extremely fast junior, but he's a junior, and it somehow seems that Jamaica is struggling to get their juniors to transition from the high school and collegiate circuit to professional leagues. And somehow when the athletes when they put on the adult uniform, some switch turn off. The switch doesn't turn on and said, okay, let's be great. The switch turns off. It's like they regress. I see a lot of people talking about Yohan Blake. He had passed his time, and but Yohan Blake has the passion. He wants to be there, and I do believe that he's running the time that would have caused him to be there. How would he have gotten there if he was not running the time, or if he wasn't willing and able? That's one of the biggest questions, right? There are athletes who are willing and able as well, who are not as connected as some of these senior athletes. Some of these senior athletes, they're so emotionally charging. They cause people to want to see them one last time. So I can see why Yohan Blake would be out there, and I can see why he wants to relive those glory. I can see it. But do we have the challengers? Do we have the athletes who are capable of just challenging the outgoing athlete, the Yohan Blakes, from the female side, the Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, the athletes who we think are old enough to step aside? Do we have the young enough athletes who are willing and able to challenge them? That's the big question. And on top of all that, do we have the hunger? Do we have the same kind of drive from the administrators? Because this is no longer a new venture for Jamaica. Jamaica going out there to participate at any event is no longer fresh and new, and the element of surprise had been removed. It's as far gone. Jamaica is not going to surprise anybody with a victory anymore. It is expected at this moment. So with Jamaica going out there and performing below standard and finishing in a comfortable second place, the problem is that Jamaica is expected to win, and the other countries are expecting to finish strongly, but they're actually beating Jamaica now, and beating Jamaica pitifully. And some of it, you'd have to wonder if the athletes are not fully prepared, they are not mentally prepared, or is it that they are just saving the best for last? What is the idea or the strategy behind Jamaica's approach to track and field at the moment? A good question. Really is an interesting question. What is the strategy behind it at the moment? Because Jamaica is really struggling. They had been struggling. At the Olympics, we struggled. And a lot of people would have said, all right, you know what? It's just one Olympics. We are just spoiled. But yes, we're spoiled. At this moment, we're spoiled. And due to the fact that we were spoiled, we're also being the expectation. The athletes, they were living up to that expectation. Now they are not. And as a result, what spoiled kids do? They cry out for attention. The fans are crying out for attention. They ask the athletes to do something that will cause us to be heard and to be seen on social media and throughout the rest of the world. I want to hear from you guys. Drop your comments down below and let me know what you think. You genuinely think about the Jamaica team being the Jamaica team that we have seen over the past couple of years. Rewrite the narrative, like and share and subscribe.